Welcome to Conversations with Kenya. It's your girl, Coach K, your life do-over advocate, your Purpose Lamar's instructor, and I am a hope dealer. Listen, I am so excited about this interview, so excited about this episode. Listen, I know y'all wondering, what's she doing with them shades on? Well, you'll hear more about that in a minute, okay? I am wearing these shades for my special guest. And listen, I want you guys to know that I am up in the studio where 10 Toes is recorded. Listen, do you hear me? Your girl down here in Dana Beach, Florida. So sitting to my right is the amazing John Poet Thornton. We call him Poet around here. Introduce yourself to the people, my platform.
All right. John Poet Thornton. I'm a former drug kingpin of Tampa, Florida. And I'm here with you. You used to sell hope, and I used to sell snow. I mean,
I love it. I am a hope
Did I say you used to sell hope?
But I used to sell some other stuff, too.
Oh, really? We have to get into that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll interview you.
Don't let the look fool you. You should, because you'd be surprised.
But what I told Miss Kenya before the show, I was like, listen, if you're going to do an interview with me, you got to wear the shades.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
We gotta, do that thing.
Yes, because he's known for those shades.
Yeah,
right?
I am. Yeah, that's my brand, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm usually wearing them, or I have them hanging on me.
Yeah. But I love them. You look super cool with them.
Yeah. I just want to tell your listeners, from the first moment I met you, I was like, oh wow. I feel so comfortable with you, and
that's awesome.
You have an amazing spirit, and I'm very excited for this interview.
Thank you
to be here with you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely, I am so honored and privileged that you would say yes. When I reached out, it's like, oh God, this man, I don't want him to think I'm being weird and stuff, because I'm sure you probably get that.
No, I did not. No. I was like, wow, she likes my story. Yeah, I would love to give you an interview.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That was my original thought process.
Wow. And so let me stop being nervous about reaching out to people. Well, let me not tell that lie, because I'm not. Like, I'm that person. You gonna tell me no, or you gonna tell me yes?
Right.
Either way, I just felt like I need to sit down with this guy because his story is amazing. But biggest part that I've learned, and we finna get into this conversation, you guys, is that Poet is originally from St. Petersburg, Florida.
The Berg. That's right. The Berg, baby.
Period. Do you hear me? He's from the Berg. And I was more honored when I learned that you were actually,
Why is that?
Because that's where I'm from. I'm born in Miami, but St. Pete is my home.
Your home. When'd you move to St. Pete?
My father was a musician. He traveled a lot between the two, and we ended up there.
Okay.
And so...
What year?
I was born, I came to St. Pete when I was, I think, 4 or 5.
Really? That must have been, what, 20 years ago?
Plus. 20 plus. So what happened, but as a young adult, I came back.
Okay.
I came back at like 21, 22, stayed about 3 years. I wanted to see. I was like, let me go home. And actually, I may share a little bit about why I came back, because there was a reason why I came back.
What's the reason?
I moved back 1989.
Okay.
I moved back to get off crack cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was addicted to crack cocaine for 3 years.
Wow. I did not know that about you.
I know you didn't. Most don't, but my viewers know it. Most of them know it. But yeah, so I have a book out that really talks about it. But yeah, for 3 years, my parents were heroin addicts. So I wasn't shocked that me and my 2 older siblings became addicted to something, and it just happened to be the crack era when we did.
Wow, and that was in St. Pete.
That was in St. Pete, yes.
I mean, St. Pete's much different from when I was growing up. I was born in 78, so I'm 47 years old.
Yeah.
But back in my time, like Central Avenue, like that,
totally
you don't want to cross Central Avenue. No. On Central Avenue, there was like hookers on every corner.
Absolutely.
It was like you're gonna get robbed. Like something's
totally
going down.
Changed. People walk in the hood and I'd be like, "What you doing over here?" Like
nowadays, I don't even recognize it because it's a whole bunch of hipster bars and. You know, it's very safe there now.
It's changed a lot.
They changed a lot, but Central Avenue, man, if you guys are from St. Pete, you know.
The
What do you
bird in
know?
the house.
The Berg is in the house.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. I did not know that about you.
Yeah, so so here's how I got to Miami in my young adult is that I told God he was funny because he sent me here, and Miami was cocaine capital in
Right. Yeah.
1989,
Yeah.
right? And I came here to get free from crack.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that because my good friend, they made the movie Blow. If you know the movie Blow, it was about
Absolutely,
George
one of my
Young.
favorite movies.
Yeah, George Young. He was like a father figure to me.
Wow.
I spent the last 2 years of his life with him. He died on Cinco de Mayo 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was the king of Miami. Him and Carlos Slater, they made a movie Blow. If you guys don't know the
Oh,
movie
man, I
Blow,
love
Johnny
that
Depp played
movie.
him in the movie about George Young. But yeah, he regrets ever bringing cocaine into this country because of the crack epidemic.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
something, and who would have ever? I guess later on, I wasn't surprised because, like I say, my parents were heroin addicts. But like, man, when people hear
Wow.
that about me, that I
Yeah,
used to
I'm really interested in this. So if you don't mind, may I ask you
Sure.
a few questions before you ask
go
me?
right ahead.
So
Let's
what
do
got you
it.
started in that? Like, what was the first moment where, like, did somebody go,
Oh my
"Hey, hit
God, I
this"?
love this. Yes. Well, here, I'll tell you. So, I believe when you come from drug addicted parents, right?
Okay.
That thing is chasing you down anyway, right? I believe spiritually it's chasing you down. The addiction is chasing you down. And so we had seen as children, me and my siblings, we had seen it bad. Like my mom would be so messed up, she'd be walking up and down the street half naked sometimes. So the
Really?
whole neighborhood
In St.
knew.
Pete.
In St. Pete. I grew up near Jordan Park.
Okay, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I know Jordan Park.
I grew up
I
near
know
Jordan Park. Yeah, and
Wow.
so
That's
it
the
was
hood
bad.
hood.
That's the
like
hood.
that's the hood
That's the
hood. You don't
hood.
mess around with Jordan Park.
Nah, it's better now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you over. I know you don't come over there often. I'm gonna get you over there though.
Yeah, please.
And so it chased me down, and so I had I started smoking cigarettes when I was really young,
How old?
probably 11, 12.
Okay. So cigarettes, then it
Cigarettes
went
is
to
where I started, and then of course dipping that. I was never a weed smoker. Like I didn't really ever really like marijuana.
Right.
But I drank me some MD 2020,
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, Coke 45.
What about that old
look
E?
here. You see that? My brother, who was in and out of prison as well, did this, put this on my arm, and he blew a shotgun. And I was only like 12 years old, 11 or 12.
Wow.
Got me high, had me drink some Coke 45, and then he did this. And then when I started not being high anymore, I was like, you gotta stop. Like he wanted to do the hard and all. And no, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. And so I wasn't surprised after I was no longer addicted, that addiction chased me down. And that's what happened. I had a friend when the crack era came out, it was just another way to get high.
Wow.
Initially, it wasn't like, ooh, who knew it was going to lead to where it led, right? So we started first smoking it in cigarettes, breaking it up,
Okay. Yeah.
putting it in cigarettes.
What's the slang term for that? They have a term for that when they do
Oh
that.
my gosh, there was a word for it.
I forget the name of it.
I do too, but that's where it
Yeah.
started. And then one day, a group of my friends, we all attended school together, and we went to one of their houses where her older sister was living with her, and she let me hit a piece of crack cocaine on a jar with some aluminum foil,
Wow.
and that was it.
That was it. It
That
got you
was
that
it.
bad. That
The
quick.
best high I ever had.
Wow.
Best high I ever had, and for 3 years. I mean, it was gradual, but eventually it was. To God be the glory. I never went on the streets. I never sold my
Good.
body. Because I had too many friends that my brother was down here in Miami. He knew tons of people with it. I dated guys who sold it. So I never had to go out and
Yeah.
sell my body to get it. And then here's what happened. February 22nd, 1989, I said, sitting in my mother's yellow station wagon. Actually, it was the 23rd because the car broke down on the 22nd. She came to pick me up on the 22nd. Car broke down. And on the 23rd, I sat in the back of her yellow station wagon that my brother had souped up. My mom lived here. She actually left St. Pete to get away from me and my brothers because
Wow.
of our addiction. Yeah. She left and came back to Miami. So she was living here. And she came because it was starting to get bad. And she came and she grabbed me, and she had my sons already. And so she came and grabbed me and my baby I had just had, and we came down, and I sat in the back seat of her car, February 23rd, 1989. I looked out the window and I said, God, I don't want to do this anymore. I never picked it up again.
Wow.
I
Good.
never used again. I never relapsed. I never went in a center. I never went to a meeting. I made a decision. And here I am, 36, 37 years later, free from crack cocaine.
That's great.
But I think it was necessary because I wouldn't have the empathy that I have
Sure.
for
'Cause
those that
yeah.
are in recovery.
Yeah, I never had that issue.
That's amazing. That's one of
yeah.
the questions.
Yeah,
Let's just
I
hop
never
right
had that
into it
issue.
because it's like, what is it like to be a drug dealer and not use your?
Yeah, most drug dealers they use their product and they sell
Absolutely.
that product so they can get, whatever. I never was into drugs. Alcohol was my thing.
Okay, and
But-
I'm watching your thing and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to ask him that. Like, what was it like to be able? Well, you're able to make a lot of money, right?
Yeah, I made a lot of money. I made too much money.
And you didn't, but being not using your own product helps you make
Correct.
more money.
Of course.
Keep more money.
Of course. I mean, I try to figure it out, and most times when I go on podcasts, people are like, "Well, what was your lifestyle like? Well, how much money were you making?" I don't know.
I heard you
I
say
was
that.
in the drug game for over a decade,
Wow.
and I tried to figure out while I was in prison. I would have to assume I made around over 10 million, maybe $1 million a year. That's a guesstimate.
Right.
I really don't know.
Yeah, because I think, what his name is, so you guys, the people want to know a guess. Like,
Yeah,
estimate it. Like, what do you think you made? Well, to me, John, your story is freaking phenomenal. Your life. And then
Thank
to
you.
know that you from my city.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
honored to be sitting here with you. And so you guys, if you saw the flyer that John and I was sharing, it said, beyond the bars, I believe, and like what? So in my meditation time,
Okay.
in my time of preparing for this interview, I knew that I didn't really want to get hung up on who you were,
Right.
what you had done. I do want to know this though, because I keep asking my
Sure.
son about you,
Yeah.
and so.
Yeah, your son. I
What-
think your son told you that he knows
He
me. Or
did.
something
He
like
did.
that.
I can't wait to send him because I haven't sent him a good picture of you
Okay,
yet, and so
okay.
I'm going to do that over
Awesome,
the weekend.
awesome, yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, most of you do. I didn't choose. I feel like I didn't choose this path. It was chosen for me. Right. My son first incarceration period, first bid I like to call it, was when he was 19. And he's 43 now. And he's currently after 6 years of freedom, he's currently doing his 8th bid. But he say to me, this is not my 8th bid, this is my 7th bid, because the 6th one was a technical. I say, son, you were gone 8 times. To me, this is your
Right.
8th bid.
Gone away from his mom.
Yeah, gone away from your
Yeah,
family,
your
gone
family,
away. And
right.
let me tell you something, it was difficult, but it helped prepare me for the path that I'm on now, the people that I love to be around, to be in their presence, to hear their stories. And not just that, John, I work really hard on the front line, not to just house, because I do housing, I do
Yeah.
job placement, I do all of that. But my biggest thing is to make an impact, to change the mindset of those that are coming out and returning, right? And so I wanted to really sit down and have a conversation with you about who is John Poet Thornton today.
Oh wow.
I've
Today.
heard so much
Yeah.
about Ooh, honey, you got stories for days.
I do.
And they real. We had a little conversation before now, and John said he doesn't have to exaggerate. And let me tell you, on every single podcast I've watched you tell your story, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
With some adding. I'd be like, oh, I ain't hear that one on that one.
Right.
Oh, I ain't hear that one on that one.
Yeah.
But one of the most touching interviews you did was about the young lady that you were in love with. That thing just touched my heart.
Right.
I was like, who just walks away from that was real love. I wanted to tell, I say, when I see John, I'm going to tell him. And I think we all may only experience that once in a lifetime.
It was a one and done. I mean,
one and done. I love it. One and done.
I cried on Nelson Rodriguez
You
Jr.'s
did. I
podcast,
saw it.
Honor Among Thieves. That wasn't an acting job there.
Oh, no, you could
that
tell.
I totally broke down my first wife, because I've been married 3 times. Mm-hmm. So my first wife.
I've done my research.
Yeah, my first wife, Kara, it was love at first sight.
That everybody wants to experience that, John.
I did, and I'm very happy I experienced it. And but the time frame of my life in Tampa and St. Pete, like I was almost like a god figure. Like whenever I walked into a building, didn't matter if it was a gas station, a supermarket, a Walmart. If I walked in there, they'd be like, "Oh my God, poet's here." Wow. And whenever I met Kara for the first time, she had no idea who I was.
And
she didn't care. She didn't care.
Yeah.
But and I'm like, I'm poet, baby. Like, come on, like, hello. She didn't care.
That was so special. Yeah, that was so
but
special.
coming from a broken home and coming from, because I've been a drug dealer since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So everybody always loved me for that aspect, the drugs, the money, the power, the popularity. Kara didn't care about any of that. Wow. She actually loved me for John.
Yeah.
And it was
and
beautiful.
Not poet.
Yeah, not poet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So tell me, I want to know. I want to know what life was like prior to 16. Because I've heard you talk about your grandparents.
Yes.
I want to talk about what life for John was like prior to you taking that turn.
It was great up until about middle school. I had a normal family. My father was an alcoholic, abusive alcoholic to my mother. It was cool up until that point. Up until about when I was in 8th grade, I dropped out of 8th grade. Then I was just thrown.
What school?
Pinellas Park Middle, yeah.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah, that's right. Pinellas Park, yeah.
P Park.
But yeah, it was cool up until that point. I had the most amazing grandparents ever.
Yeah.
My grandmother from my dad, her husband, my grandfather, passed away before I was born with lung cancer.
Okay.
So in his memory, they named me after him, which was John William Thornton.
Wow.
So something about grandmothers, man. She would always do arts and crafts with me. She never yelled at me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I never disrespected her. It was just like, she was the most wonderful woman ever. If you guys want to check her out, I have a picture of her and I when I was younger. My
Definitely.
TikTok.
You said it. I want to share that on my page.
Yeah. She was her name was Lillian. Just wonderful. She would scratch my back for hours and just that
was one of them
greatest grandmother.
Real grandmas.
Yeah, and then from my mom's father, his name was RJ. He was the most wonderful grandfather. So I had best of both worlds.
That's awesome.
And he retired from the city. He did like 35 years with the city. And he retired, and he had a chicken and rabbit farm. So he would sell live chickens. He would slaughter the chickens, sell the eggs, sell rabbits. And I have fond memories just working around his little farm in Kansas City in St. Pete.
Wow.
Yeah. It was right off 54th Avenue.
Yeah.
So I have chickens now, just in memory of him because of just the great memories.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That I experienced. He came to my sentencing when I got sentenced, and he never knew about my life up until that point,
And was that because you didn't want to disappoint him?
Correct. Yeah. He was a God-fearing man. Yeah. I never heard him use any derogatory terms. He was always taking me to gospel sings. He implanted a lot of great seeds inside of me.
So the seed was planted. That's where I was going next. The seed was planted, and And sometimes we don't realize, so let me say this. My seed was planted when I was probably 7 or 8. My parents got clean. We started going to church. My father, I told you, was a musician, and I like a real musician. I can pull him up on Salmon Day Live, Ed Sullivan Show.
We're doing this later. After the show, you have to show me all this. 'Cause
will.
I'm jamming it all night.
I can still look at him. He played the saxophone.
Oh my God, I love this.
Oh my gosh. And so when I'm, missing him, I just go Google and pull him up, right? And so this is when I believe the seed was planted for me, and it's why I love God the way I do today. My parents got clean. And they started taking us to church. The whole family, all of me and my siblings were baptized. My father started working the music system at the church.
Oh, that's great.
And then he died when I was 9.
Oh, wow.
And I still, to this day, don't know what he died from. Now, my speculation is because he was a heroin user, he may have got infected with something that killed him. Because, back then we didn't know. He died in 79. So you were born in 78, right?
I was a year old.
He died 70, it may have been 78 or 79. And so, but they planted that seed. My father was so strict, and so he didn't play you in the house before the lights come on the streets and that kind of stuff. So when he died, we kind of celebrated.
Wow.
Not celebrated his death, but this freedom that we now had that we had never experienced, which could have been the worst thing that ever happened because it got real wide. So I believe that the seed was planted just as it was for you with your grandparents, right?
Yeah.
And so even though we take turns off the path, we eventually come back.
Well, I still have my struggles with that. I mean, I definitely believe in God.
Right.
I mean,
that
we're here for some reason. I mean, we just didn't, didn't get here. So there's definitely a higher power.
Absolutely.
I mean, is it Jesus? I don't know.
Absolutely. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's okay for you not to know. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And
but you're honest. I love your honesty.
Thank you.
This is one of the things I absolutely love about you.
Everybody is attracted to me for that.
Yeah, because you just put it out there. This is what it is.
If you like me, I don't care.
It don't matter at this point. With all that you've gone through, who cares whether you believe I'm telling the truth or not, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So we're gonna shoot up because what I said to John was that I don't really want to hang out I don't want to hang out with Poet.
Everybody wants to hear them crazy stories, though.
I want to hang out with John.
They want to hear them crazy stories.
They do, and they crazy and they good.
Yeah.
I listen. I just told you I've been binging and watching.
Thank you.
But I said I want to know who John Thornton is today. When's your birthday?
8/4/78, August 4th.
I have a daughter that was born 8/3.
Okay. Awesome.
87.
Wow.
Yes, 87, and so
Is she married?
She is. She is. I have 5. So let me share this because you don't know. I have 7 children.
Okay, 7.
7. I have 2 boys.
Okay.
They are my oldest.
Okay.
And then I have 5 daughters.
All right. Which one is single?
I got a single one. She's 37.
All right.
But I don't know if she's single. We had a conversation.
Hey.
I got 3 single ones.
Can we call her right now?
Yeah, we can.
Let's give her a call.
And have a
talk.
We'll FaceTime her after the show.
Yeah, let's do that.
And be like, hey, here's John.
Hey, my mother-in-law is interviewing me right now, everybody.
You can always come on over to St. Pete and I just introduce y'all together in person.
The matchmaker. This is Tinder.
Because she do need a
Tinder,
good man.
by the way.
Here is like I said, your honesty is really attractive, very attractive.
I appreciate that.
You put it out there, and another one of the reasons I was looking forward to sitting down. But I kept watching, and I say there's so much more that people don't know about John. Like they know Poet, but how many people know John?
Not many.
And so one of the things you talked about, I heard you mention, was you now work Second Chance, a reentry organization?
Yeah, I work at Second Chance Company now. It's concrete. I've been there 2 years. And that's the thing about I've always been an expert at selling drugs, making money for the organization I worked for and for the organization that I ran. But if you use the same set of skill set
Yes,
to a
sir.
real job,
Yep.
I could have been a CEO of a company right now.
100%. I say that
Yeah.
drug dealers are the best entrepreneur. You
Yeah.
guys are really
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, like
But
for real.
At this company, I went from the bottom, and 2 years later, I've been there 2 years actually. Yeah, it was 2 years on Thursday. I've been with this company, and I've excelled. Like nothing but raises, nothing but praise. The bosses don't even sweat me. They know I'll get the job done. So for all your listeners, if you're into a illegal business right now, turn it over. Do something legal. Use that same skill set,
Same
and you're going to
skills.
excel. It took me a long time to find this company. I've been out of prison 10 years, but I found it, and they love me to death.
And
They
you
just love me
found
to
it
death.
because you didn't give up.
Yeah, that's
Right?
correct. Don't
'Cause
give up.
You could have. That was something that my son did. He would come home. So for all of his trips, all of his bids, we
Yeah.
knew as a family that he was only going to be home 6 to 7 months, maybe
Yeah,
8.
it's sad though.
It's so sad.
It's sad because-
before he would return.
I feel that that's what people they feel that whatever crime they did, they feel they need to go back to that because they don't have any hope. And the reason why they don't have any hope is because they don't have that foundation or someone to push them forward. Like you do have hope. Like if you were a drug dealer, like I said, if you're a drug dealer, use that same skill set. Get into
Yes.
sales.
Yes.
Get into something that you have to love what you're doing. And I absolutely love my legal job now. I absolutely love my
Awesome.
illegal job as well.
Hello.
You know,
Yeah.
I put nothing but passion and love into that job and my illegal job. But it was 365.
Yeah.
It was 365,
Yeah.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I was always on call.
Yeah.
You know, I ran a organization, the newspapers. They like to call it the society. It never had a name, but it was like
They
mafia.
good at doing that.
It was mafia. I'm not Italian. I'm bloody English.
And that's why my son, I kept telling him, he's talking about, isn't he Italian? Isn't he? I say, no. And so he had heard that apparently as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That he was like, no,
Yeah.
he's Italian. He's not white. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So now you're clearing that up
Yeah,
for
I'm
me.
clearing that up. My heritage. I was born in St. Pete, as you know, but my heritage is England, Yorkshire. That's where my great grandparents came from. I'm not Italian, but I didn't even know anything about mafia or anything like that. But the organization I created was the same. I mean, if you look at some of my old stuff, you see me at the head of the chart like John Gotti, and I had captains and I had associates. It was the same
Wow.
thing.
Are you familiar with the Lee family?
Lee,
Wonder Man Lee, Jeffrey Lee. They
doesn't
did a
ring a
lot
bell.
of. They're from St. Pete. Well, they're
Really?
from Miami, but
Yeah.
they were
were they drug dealers? Or something?
Major. They gave the whole family life.
What year?
What year because Jeffrey went on the run. Jeffrey was on the run, I want to say about 3 years. And
Yeah.
he came back here to Miami. But so when I was using, they were selling. So I was using in 80s. So the early 80s.
Well, I didn't get into the game until about 96.
Okay. So they way after.
Yeah.
And then how long were you in the game?
Over a decade.
Yeah. So
Up until 2007. My crime happened March 16th of 2007.
Okay.
But I went on the run to Mexico. I was hiding out in Mexico.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, it was longer. It was a little
Okay.
longer than that. I mean, I was in Mexico for 3 weeks, but the whole adventure was
Yeah.
a
How
little-
long were you on the
It
run?
was probably a little over a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it would. I mean, you have to respect the police, and I respect the police. You know, they're smarter than you.
Absolutely.
You can only outsmart them for so long. They have more
Absolutely.
resources.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a cat and mouse game with us drug dealers and the police. Doesn't mean I disrespect them. I had a police officer that was working for me.
Yeah, I listened.
yeah.
I heard it. I saw
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was like, that's crazy because a lot
Yeah.
of people think that kind of stuff is made up. And let me say
No,
this:
it's not.
If you are
Yeah.
not, I'm sitting and watching your podcast. And I'm like,
Right.
where is this movie?
Right. Well, that's what I'm hoping to do. That's
Yeah,
my.
like this because your life is a movie.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to for someone, any listeners out here, hit me up, please. I need someone to help me write my book. Someone to help me out with a movie.
I can help you write your book.
But yeah, it's a great story because
I have a book I've written.
I think people would like to hear it, and I would like to do a tell-all. Because
and you should.
Yeah,
you have to. Not you. You have to. You have to.
On these shows, I stay away from a lot of things because it's not that I'm snitching anybody out. It's nothing like that.
You don't give out names all the time.
Yeah. I respect people's privacy.
Hey man, that's a good thing though.
Because a lot of these people are retired. Because I actually had a correctional officer on my team as well when I was in prison, and he's retired. The police officer that was working for me on my payroll was retired. I actually had another police officer in St. Pete that is still on the force.
Know that name now.
He's still on the force.
Tell me that on camera.
No, he's still on the force to this day. But yeah, I had the world. I had everything I wanted.
So when I hear you, when I've heard your other podcasts, and one of the things you talk about is the feeling it gave you when you would walk into a club or you walk into somewhere and they'd be like, "That's a poet," and that was something that my son said was the reason he kept being out there, because he loved the attention.
I never had it growing up. That's why. I mean, let's think about this. You're a coach.
You were right.
You know this.
You're right.
I never had it growing up.
Yeah.
And then when my parents divorced and I was thrown family member to family member, couch to couch, I got put in a survivor mode.
That's
like
good.
I didn't know where my next place I was going to sleep. I didn't know where my next meal came from. So I've been in survivor mode since the 8th grade. And that's why I can read a room so well. That's why I did what I was able to do. It's like, to this day, I can walk into any room, any club, any bar. I can tell you who's who within seconds. I can tell you how I would sell drugs there. I can tell you I don't know how it works in my mind, but I can do it.
And let me say this, because I know you on the fence with God, but let me say this. It's a gift.
It is.
It's a whole gift.
Oh yeah, everything comes from God.
Right. It's a whole gift. That's something that you probably had since you were young.
Yeah.
No, probably since you were born. Just you cultivated it in an arena that wasn't the best arena, but you still can walk in a room. You told me when you met me, you was like,
I know it. I know energy. I know people.
Yeah. That's a gift, John.
Yeah, it is a gift.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what made me so successful in the drug game and in my organization is because of that. Because
you didn't go to prison about drugs, right?
No, I did not. No.
Yeah.
No, I went to, if you want to touch on that real quick.
We will, but how long did you sell drugs before you went to prison?
Over a decade.
And he did not go to prison about drugs?
No.
You probably would have never got caught.
No.
Tell him why you went to prison.
Well, I created.
You don't have to.
We'll just touch on it real quick. I created an organization. It was called the Society. The Tampa newspapers like to call it the Society. I brought one of my business associates brought in a guy to sell drugs for us. His name was Luke Griggs. He ended up stealing money from somebody that was part of my organization. Then I had a drug distribution network in New York City, Birmingham, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana. And I was leaving on a business trip to go to New York City with my mob connections up there because we're going to mass transport cocaine and ecstasy pills. It's a long story. I'm trying to give you a nutshell here.
That's okay.
No.
Tell him why you went to prison.
Well, I created.
You don't have to.
We'll just touch on it real quick. I created an organization. It was called the Society. The Tampa newspapers like to call it the Society. I brought one of my business associates brought in a guy to sell drugs for us. His name was Luke Griggs. He ended up stealing money from somebody that was part of my organization. Then I had a drug distribution network in New York City, Birmingham, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana. And I was leaving on a business trip to go to New York City with my mob connections up there because we're going to mass transport cocaine and ecstasy pills. It's a long story. I'm trying to give you a nutshell here.
That's okay.
I was going to New York for 3 days. Then I was flying back to Tampa, refilling everybody. Then I had a business trip planned for Shreveport, Louisiana for my drug business there for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go to see one of my captains of my organization. Her name was Carlene Schroyer,
Mm-hmm.
my business associate. And, I tried to collect my money, my drugs. She did not have it. And Luke Riggs was there. She believed that Luke Riggs stole the money and the drugs. So I told them that I was going to kill him because of that. And he had a gun. He had a 5-shot revolver. He was going around town saying he was going to kill me. So I ended up, I unloaded the whole gun on him, his own gun, hit him once in the chest, and I tried to burn him alive inside of his vehicle. He survived, thankfully. I'm very happy that he survived. Anybody that sits in this chair, I say it so many times, anybody that sits in this chair and glorifies that they try to kill someone or to kill someone, they're a psychopath. And I think about it every day, what I did to this
you
guy.
said that, and one of the things that was very touching to me was you said in one of your interviews, you said, who am I to play God? Like,
Yeah,
who am I to think I have the right to take somebody's life?
And that's what the money, the power, the girls, the drug, that's what it does to you. It changes you. I try to kill him. To this day, the bullet that I hit him with is still in his lung. He wheezes every time he breathes. Over 47% of his body is third-degree burned. Yeah, it's not something I'm happy.
And what's exciting is who's sitting here today is not who
Correct.
committed that crime.
There's some of that guy still inside of me.
Well, that and there should be because a lot of who you were created to be is who you were created to be. That don't change. Your swag, the way you read a room,
right?
Those things are they're supposed to still be a part of who you are.
I can't believe I actually so it was basically like, I'm not going to let anybody get over on me. You're not going to push up on me. Like, if I tell you I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to stand on business.
Yeah, I'm going to stand on business, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and a man of your word.
I am.
Even in that, you still was a man of your word.
It was $3,000. I would usually spend $3,000 on a dinner. Like, what is $3,000 to me?
Wow.
You know, what is that? You know, I felt it was more of a pride. Like, he hurt my pride.
Yeah.
Like, I'm John Poet Thornton. You get that image, I'm poet.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to do that to me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he survived. He moved to Texas. He healed up, moved to Texas. He ended up robbing another drug dealer. He got caught for drug trafficking charges. I almost killed you, bro, and you're still in that lifestyle?
Like, who does that? I heard you say he should be sitting on a pew every
Yeah.
Which is
I should
true.
be
Like,
too.
How?
I should be too.
Yeah, but you're making strides. Like, at least you're not out there.
Right.
There's a lot of people, and I thought about that as I watched the podcast, as I, did my research. There's a lot of individuals that go away for years and years, and they come right back home and do the same thing.
Here's another great part of my story is when I got arrested in Matamoros, Mexico, coming across the border into Brownsville, Texas. Luke was on life support. They didn't know if he was going to make it. So when they brought me back to Hernando County where the crime took place, they were getting me ready for the death penalty. So I actually signed for 25 years in prison. Then Luke pulled out of it, and I had the most amazing lawyer ever. He said, I can get you off that 25. I had 3 life sentences. I had 3 Class A felonies. So I had conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. I had kidnapping while armed with a firearm.
Yeah.
And I had first-degree attempted murder with a firearm.
Wow.
So they dropped the conspiracy. I'm the only one that they ever dropped a conspiracy charge off of. They dropped the kidnapping while armed with a firearm. So my charge reads, if you look me up, it says first-degree murder and in parentheses and or attempted. I got a 15-year sentence, 10 years in, 5 years out.
Wow.
So if there is a God, he blessed me.
Because I went, because like I said, research. And when I got ready to do the flyer, my first thing, this is what it said, and I changed it. But the first thing I came up was, I did it. Like
Yeah.
you've never, I did it.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
did.
not,
Yeah.
you don't hear the honesty
Yeah.
in this game, right?
Right.
In this world
Right.
where people are totally honest and
Yeah.
tell the truth about, like I did. And then a couple of times I've heard you say, and I feel freaking bad about
Yeah.
the fact that I did it. I messed up so many other people's
I did.
lives.
What I was
That
doing,
ownership is,
yeah, what I was doing, I looked at the addiction part of it. Like I used to always tell people, like if somebody didn't know I was in the drug game, this is something I never told on the show.
let's do
This
it.
is the first.
Yay.
So, when people didn't know I was a drug dealer or something like that, they go, "What do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "I sell vacations." So I thought in my head that I was literally helping people out, selling them vacations for their mind to get, to escape their mind. That's true. I used to tell that. Yeah, I sell
Wow.
vacations.
You're so creative.
Yeah, I
That
know,
is really
right?
here. So. Have you been interviewed by a woman?
No, you're the first.
So, and I got
Where's your
two
sunglasses?
firsts.
You got to put your
Let me put my
sunglasses on.
sunglasses on. Let me tell you something.
We can't
'cause
rock without the
I
sunglasses.
said, I think I'm finna be the first woman, if
Yeah.
not the first black one. And then here you
Yeah.
just gave me another first.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
I'm probably going to give you a few more because I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too, man. This is
You have a great
awesome.
soul. I just love you.
Man,
I do.
like, we got stuff to do and
Yeah.
over there when we get, we got stuff
Definitely.
to do. This continues. This is
Yeah.
just the beginning of many conversations. Go ahead and share. Just share what's on your heart right now.
Well, like I lost so many friends, so many people that were a part of my organization while I was in prison because it went from this fun loving, selling cocaine, ecstasy pills to when I went to prison, like people got on to bigger and badder drugs and I lost so many close friends of mine. And, when I even got out of prison, I started asking around like, where's so-and-so at? Where's so-and-so at? They're like, John, he died. I'm like, what did he die of? They're like oxys or the pain medication. I would never sell any hard drugs. That's one thing about me. I never
say that. Yeah.
In the earlier stages, I got into the drug game because I was cultivating marijuana. I was growing marijuana and I was selling.
Okay.
Then it went from the rave scene. If you know anything about the rave scene in the 90s, especially in Tampa, St. Pete, that's when I got into the ecstasy game. Then from there, it went into the cocaine game. But I never would sell heroin, anything that would hurt someone, that I thought would hurt someone. And I thought that was like heroin and oxys. I would never sell that shit. Never.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I wouldn't do that.
I owned a pain management clinic.
Really?
I owned two.
Wow.
I owned one in Orlando.
You definitely need to interview Jason Voucherbeck.
I know that's
he was the pill mill kingpin.
I'm sure we gonna know some of the same people. Yeah.
And big shout out to Jason because he's the one that gave me my start in this.
Wow.
Because when I got out of prison, a lot of people knew me. But I was reluctant to tell my story. I was kind of embarrassed by it, to be honest.
Yeah. Most of us are.
Yeah. One thing, I was used to be prideful. Like, I am poet, motherfucker.
Right.
But I was embarrassed. I'm like, why?
Talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to forget about it.
There's so much freedom in it, though.
Yeah.
The more you tell it, the freer you get.
And it's helping people because I get to meet beautiful souls like you.
It's absolutely helping. And I want to say, put a plug there is that you guys stir because when I sit and watch the other podcasts, it's like, there's something different. I know everybody's doing podcasts now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talking about
the crime podcast is blowing up.
It is.
But
there's something unique and different about this place and the people you sit with and tell your story to. And I think when I messaged you, I said, man, please keep telling your story because it's helping people.
Yeah.
Like people need this information.
Right.
People need to hear this stuff. And some of them need to hear the story, especially the ones, cause I work with, a lot of reentry. Those are just been released. Like that's mine.
Yeah.
Bitch. That's the people I'm with around on the front line fighting for. And when I watch them come and not get what they need to remain free, I think like more people like what Kyle is doing here and what you got telling your story, it's really helping people.
I hope it is. That's the whole goal. Because
do you ever read the comments?
I try to stay away from the comments
Some of them be really good. I read
because, yeah,
you really helping people, John.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the negative ones, like, oh, he's a psychopath, or he's this, he should be in prison the rest of his life. I'm like, what?
So what?
I'm like, come on, man.
So what?
I'm
Yeah,
cool.
you're probably right. But hey, listen, I'm not. I'm here and I'm sharing and I'm.
So have you read some of the comments on my podcast?
I did.
Well,
and they're
share some.
They're talking about how much it's helping them understand. You guys are giving. If you're, I think what you're doing, your story is freeing people to tell their story.
Really?
Because just like you said, there's shame attached to it. Like
there is. You don't want to be judged. Who wants to be judged?
If you didn't know I use drugs, you would never know, right?
I would never guess that. And I read people very well. I would never guess that you were addicted to crack for 3 years. I would have never known that.
Real, like not play, not play for real.
Yeah.
Like,
before the show, I introduced you to my friend, and I think I was like, yeah. I was telling her, I was like, she's a very Christian woman. I better not cuss around her.
Baby.
I better not cuss around her. I better not do anything. But you to say that you were on crack for 3 years, I would have never, ever guessed that.
And one of the things I've learned is that recovery and incarceration go hand in hand. Like my focus had not been recovery. Mm-hmm. My focus just recently, like I just got approached to start a round table, recovery round table in St. Pete in Pinellas County, for recovering professionals.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me go there. I'll speak to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You fit to be, I'm telling you, I got you.
All right.
But so people so I tell my story more. Mm-hmm. I've put it in a book. That's why I told you I have two. I have one book that's been published. You can find it on Amazon. It's called From My Plans into His Purpose.
I like it.
And the book is about how, God really just snatched me out and was like, okay, this your thing, but let me show you my thing. And so it's been a journey, but I wouldn't change any of it.
You know, I feel the same way. I wouldn't change anything because, I'm here for a reason. Absolutely. I did whatever I did for a reason. People have to understand something. Like in Tampa, Florida, Pinellas County, Central Florida, and Shreveport, Louisiana, New York City, Birmingham, Alabama. If you were purchasing any type of ecstasy pill or cocaine, it was passing through these small little hands of mine.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So let's talk about what life is like now.
Wow.
But I'm saying that because now you don't have the millions.
No, my concept of money is crazy. Like
tell us.
Say I get my light bill and I'm like, okay, I have it's $200 and something. All right, my check next week, I can pay that. Then I can pay rent the week after that. Like, it's so crazy, but I love it.
Right,
I love it.
There's a piece to it, right?
Yeah, I love it.
There's an absolute piece to it.
It is.
And so, this is just Kenya talking now. Those are the type of things that, like people like my son, who's going to be getting released in December. He's never, even in the 6
I need to talk to this guy. Since he knows me already, I got to talk to this guy.
Because they need people like you saying, hey, you can do it. You can do it without that life. Like you really can. Even though he had not been to prison in 6 years, what he did was he slowed down. He didn't stop. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to try to speak for everyone, but people always want to go back to what they know very well what's comfortable. They believe that there is no future for people like us, and there absolutely is.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And you're a living witness.
I am.
Yeah, you're a living witness. And
everybody at my job, it's so funny to me because
when they hear your story,
I'll share this great story with you.
Please.
There's this guy. My company runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The company I work for, and this guy on day shift, like when my podcast started to air and it started to get headway and popularity, like he caught me outside because I try to keep it away from my job. I don't want my job to know, or the guy. Not even the guys at my work knew who I was, but I try to keep it away from him.
Wow.
And this guy on day shift, he caught me outside the break room. He's like, "Hey, poet, I watched your podcast. I'm like, oh.
God darn it, you
He's
got
like,
me.
we had the same childhood, and he actually hugged me. And he was tearing up.
Wow.
So everybody at my job now, they're like, they can't believe they're working with. They're like, I can't believe that Poet is here by my side.
Working around.
I'm like, bro, I'm a normal person,
I'm
man.
still human,
It's all good,
yeah.
brother. It's
I'm
all
still
good.
human.
But I have, all the friends at my work, they always mess with me. They're like, the king of the underground, John Poet Thornton, the organized crime society leader.
But that's got to be, even though the life was
Yeah.
not one you would
No, I love it. I love
not
it.
one you would recommend.
Yeah.
It's got to be an amazing
Yeah.
feeling to have been in that and now
Yeah,
no
yeah.
longer
Right.
and still be recognized.
Oh, it's awesome.
yeah.
It's so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool, guys.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So what's next?
What's next? A book. I really want to do a book thing, a movie. I can see my life on a Netflix special.
Absolutely, 100%. Just have a part for me. I don't know if you had any.
Yeah,
black
yeah,
women
yeah.
around
Well,
you,
I'm
you know.
thinking
Yeah.
let me think. Janet Jackson play you.
Okay.
Yeah, in the podcast.
No, because you got some famous folks you was really dealing with.
Yeah, it was. You want me to name a couple names?
Please, let's
All
put
right,
it on
all
there.
right. I had a billionaire tech, John McAfee. He created the McAfee antivirus software. He was purchasing from me. His wife was just on a show, on a podcast here in this building, actually.
Wow.
And she said he married a prostitute.
Wow.
Yeah, on the streets of Miami, by the way. She was just here, and she was saying, John McAfee never used drugs. I almost spit my drink out. I'm like, what? You know how many drugs he purchased from me?
Wow.
But
Ooh, the
Tony
stories.
Todd, who played Candyman
Yeah.
in the
And I
horror
just
movie.
saw him on around the Halloween time.
Yeah, he died a few years ago, but he was one of my customers. Tony Moran, who played Michael Myers in the Halloween films, he was one of my customers. So many rock bands, porn stars, rappers, you name it. Yeah, I was the plug for.
And you
all
talked
them guys.
about the White House.
Yeah, the White
You
House.
said if
Because John McAfee was running for president.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if he would have won, he would have found more than you would have found a lot of cocaine in that White House.
I'm sure there is anyway. But
Yeah, well, they did find some there, but it wasn't mine. But I've been out of the game for
wasn't
10
the
years,
society.
people. Yeah, it wasn't that.
It wasn't the society's
not at all.
drugs. Yeah.
Not at all.
So book, movie.
Yeah, movie, yeah. And I take care of my chickens, man. I in memory of my grandfather. That's what people are like, what do you want to be known for? I'm like, chickens.
Wow.
But
So I think we're probably wrapping down because
Yeah.
we have something else to get to.
yeah, we have a birthday party.
We do. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. So, final question here.
Sure. Ask me something serious.
I am.
Let's dig down deep.
I am.
Maybe I'll
it's
answer
not. It's maybe I'll answer. I love it. I love
told her
his honesty.
let me
He did. Go ahead.
I was at my hotel earlier. And I was like, you can ask me anything, but if I don't want to answer it, I'm not going to. And she's like, period. I love you.
It's like no, it is.
But yeah, ask me something serious. Somebody that answer me or ask me something that nobody ever asked before.
And I wouldn't know, but here's what I'm feeling led to ask.
All right.
If you could choose right now, yeah, this is good for me.
All right.
If you could choose, share with me, share with the people.
Sure.
If you could wave a wand and be in your ideal, and I hate to call it a position, but doing the thing you want to do. Money wasn't an issue. Your past wasn't an issue. Nothing was holding you back. If John Thornton, not Poet, if John Thornton could be doing what his heart desired every single day for the rest of his life, what does that look like?
It looks like this. 'Cause I'm already doing it.
I love it.
I'm with you. I share my story. I'm already doing it, man. Ask me something else. Come on now. That wasn't serious. I'm already doing what.
what your heart desires. That's good for me.
It is.
Because sometimes people just get pulled into stuff.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
You're weak if you get pulled into stuff.
This is like your passion and purpose.
It is now, yeah. I mean, it
Okay,
I was talking before the show. It's like a wound that never heals. So every time I'm on a podcast, I'm ripping that wound out, and it affects me. Like you'll see after the show, I might get quiet. Like it affects me to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for a purpose, a reason, and that's to help people. And I want to pass on kindness and love, man.
Are you in therapy?
No, this is my therapy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a therapist. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of phone calls and text messages from me.
Oh God, I take that back. Pull it back.
It's happening. But every time if you do a therapy session with me, we got to put on shades, man.
But we have to.
This is our thing.
So here's the serious question.
All right.
Because I hear you touch on your relationship status a lot. Mm-hmm. You'd say, "Who wants me? Nobody wants." I heard you and who was just in here talking about. No, maybe it was Matt Cox. That's who. Yeah,
maybe.
You were talking about the dating app, the dating.
Oh yeah.
So, who you? This is serious now.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
What you looking for? Who you looking for? What's your ideal woman? Let me tell the people. She may be watching, she may come back.
Are you married?
No.
You're my ideal woman.
I am your ideal woman.
No, I don't know because.
Wait. Okay.
So that's honest because.
Yeah, you honest all the time.
The rejection aspect. Like I don't want to be hurt again. I mean, I'm sure you've heard this on other shows, and I'll touch on this really quick. But the love of my life, Kara.
Yeah.
My first love. While I was in prison, she got with the victim of my crime.
Yes, I heard that last night. I was like, wow.
Ain't that a fuck you to me, right?
That
a
is.
Pie in my face. The guy I almost killed.
That's a no-no.
She had a short relationship with him.
That's a no-no.
Ain't that crazy?
That's a no-no.
And guess what my victim did? He stole money from her, left her. He was shooting drugs at this point. My victim, I always say this, he was a piece of shit, but I never want to see anybody die in my eyes, But yeah, the love of my life got with my victim.
That's a deal breaker. That's like hands off. No, I have friends that I was friends with when I was 12 and 13 that
right. But I don't know. I don't know what my ideal woman is. I'm single.
So I was going to put my coaching hat on for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you said, one of the things you said is, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, I admit that.
And the only way you're going to find her, meet her, encounter her, is that you deal with that. You deal with that fear. Because you may have already met her and you don't know, because there's that
who knows
that wall there that
maybe
I don't want to give my heart away again. I don't want to.
I don't know how much of the heart I have left, but
it's there. It's there. You just haven't had the right person to activate it again. Yeah. So we are.
Yeah.
We gonna talk.
If there's any single woman out there,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Social media.
He's single.
I'm gonna marry her daughter, but before then, if there's anybody else that wants to date John Poet Thornton, hit me up.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been most wonderful.
Oh my! I can't wait. This is probably
my favorite.
Again.
This is probably my favorite interview.
She's
awesome, everybody.
Thank you.